I know y'all were probably missing me last week. Bro Joe came and saved the day, so he got to tell you all about Thor. How many of y'all were here last week to talk about Thor? How many of y'all heard about Thor? Can anyone tell me what series we are in right now? Unstoppable. Very good, front row. Great job. We are in Unstoppable. This week is our last week in our series, Unstoppable. And we've been talking all about what? What's been our main thing every week? We've talked about a superhero. Because we are a lot like superheroes, right? We're green and giant. We have shields. We have hammers. No, none of that is true, is it? No, none of us are actually superheroes, but we've been talking about how it's easy for us to relate to superheroes because God has also called us to be unstoppable. Let me ask you this. Does anyone know what the word unstoppable actually means? Well, if I were to say you are unstoppable, what does that mean? What would it mean to be unstoppable? To not be stopped. It's pretty easy. To be unstoppable means that you cannot be stopped, correct? Correct. And that's what God's called us to be. And so we've been talking about the last 4 weeks. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, how these men are all unstoppable, that they have an enemy that they always defeat, right? Every movie you've seen, every action figure, every comic book, every TV show, that the enemy or the villain or whatever thing is coming against this character, how many times do they lose? Hardly ever, right? Yeah, never. Why is it? Because they know their strengths. They know what they have to use, and they use those strengths to defeat the bad guy, the villain, the enemy. But what I want to talk to you tonight about is our last series is how can we be unstoppable? How can we just be like Captain America or Thor or the Hulk or whomever it is, fill in the blank, and you're like, you know what? It would be kind of nice to feel like I was unstoppable. It would be kind of nice to feel like I actually had the power to not be stopped in my tracks when something came against me or a villain or an enemy or something to destroy me came at me. It would be nice to feel like I wasn't stoppable. But the thing about it is, boys and girls and grown-ups, sometimes in our quest for being unstoppable, we find ourselves carrying things that make it hard for us to fight. I brought me a box here today so I could help you and demonstrate to you what I'm talking about. How many times, boys and girls, have we made a bad decision? Miss Jessica has. How many times have we felt guilty for a bad decision that we might have made? Or regret because we made something that we shouldn't have done, and then my mom's gonna be mad at me, and this is not gonna go well for me, right? How many times have we ever felt big people? How many times have we ever felt some guilt? Maybe. And with that guilt, we carry this sense of shame on us that we feel like we have to carry because we did something that wasn't pleasant, that wasn't approved by someone that we love. And the thing about it is that what happens is when we have guilt in our life, we pick up this burden of shame. So it's easy. It happens all the time. Everyone, including you, have done it. You do something that you regret. Instantly, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I did that. How can I do that? And we pick up this burden of shame. Let me ask you this, boys and girls. How easy would it be for me to take down my enemy right now? If something were to come against me with weapons or destructive power, how easy would it be for me to fight the enemy? Okay. Now how easy would it be? I'm just going to carry it differently. It's fine. I'll just move it around. And so now I can, pew, 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 pew. No, that's not going to be effective, right? Okay, I got it. Okay. This will be fun. I feel like this is going to be great. All right, here we go. This is not very conducive to fighting off enemies, is it? Are we going to get very far if we have a burden of shame that we're always carrying around? Not very far. We can definitely keep moving, but guys, we're going to be stopped way faster when we pick up a burden of shame, of guilt, of regret, of feeling sorry for ourselves, of taking on these emotions that God said you were never intended to feel those. And when we do pick it up and we go, oh wait, that's not God's best for me. Shame isn't God's best for us. Guilt is not God's best for us. Freedom in Christ is what makes us unstoppable. Freedom in our mind is what makes us unstoppable. To start here and be transformed by our mind and renewed in our heart, that's how we become unstoppable. Boys and girls, you don't even have to have big muscles. You don't have to run fast. You don't have to be the most popular kid in school. You don't have to be good at sports to be unstoppable. Do you know what you have to do? You have to put down the weight. You have to put down the burden. You have to put down the thing that's causing us, to not fight. Right? Adults, y'all have to put it down too. Right? All right, so everyone say, I will put down my shame. Say, I will put down my guilt.